Hey guys, welcome to the Ultimate YouTube channel. My name is Rosalie. We're all about music, psychology, philosophy, and more. Subscribe. It's perfect for you.
She's like singing out of my soul. Sometimes we get lost in our own little world, but it's all so much bigger than we realize.
It is high time to go check out some more NF. It's been way too long, and I'm here to dive into more. Are you ready? Let's listen to NF Paid My Dues.
Clicks, 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 they'll do anything to get a few. Tick, 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 that's the sound before my head explodes. Quick, 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 look at you up on your pedestals. Quick, 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 hear the critics come, it's time to go.
Pause real quick. Perception is so interesting. When I saw him hanging there before I could see his feet actually tied, it gave me this feeling of playfulness, almost like a monkey dangling in a cage for our entertainment. Now, as the camera keeps zooming out, the angle's changed and he's actually chained up, which now doesn't necessarily give him a feeling of playfulness, but more so a feeling of being captured, being held upside down. Everything's wrong way. Simple office, that cinematography that fits to his style, red thread throughout. I'm trying to pay attention to all the little things. I'm going to be analyzing the dust on the brick wall because with NF, you never know what symbolism there is.
I read your article, it kinda hurt me. I don't know who hired you or what your friends say in your circle, but the fact that you released it tells me two things are for certain. They get paid for trashing people, I get paid cause I stay working. Drop the searching, they emerge up out of nowhere to the surface, just a peek behind the curtain, throwing salt at all my burdens. I'm aware I shouldn't give this my attention. Life's a journey, I should just stay on my path and learn to laugh. You think they heard me? Ears are burning, put them out. Quiet, quiet, look around. Why don't they find someone way more interesting to write about? Us, we're kind of boring, aren't we? All we do is whine and pout. It's confusing, so amusing how I argue with myself. Hello. I spit it with these, so leave it to me. Doubt it, but you better believe I'm on a rampage. Hit 'em with the record release. I've been in a week, I'm probably gonna have to achieve another goal. Let me go when I'm over the beat. I go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast. I'm fed up with these thieves trying to get me to bleed. They wanna see me taking out. Yep, see what I mean? How many records I gotta give you to get with the program? Take it for granted, I'm about to give you the whole plan. Open your mind up and take a look at the blueprint. Debate if you got it, but gotta hold it with both hands. Pick at the bars, you gotta be smart. You really gotta dig in your heart if you wanna get to the root of it. Issue pursuing the mental could be dark and be difficult, but the payoff at the end of it can help you to get through it. I paid my dues, made it through. Woo, 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 spread the news. I'm on the loose. Woo, 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 making moves. I need some room. Woo, 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 always cool. Well, don't assume, don't assume. Hey, I'm the truth. Oh, they want some proof here. Don't be rude. Something new. Even when I lose, I make it look cool. Do the show, then we hit the room. Life is looking old. What to do? I don't need the shades up to like the view.
Oh, snap. Okay, the thematics of the song from the start are fairly obvious in the sense of, yo, we got all the haters. They're getting paid to criticize. I'm getting paid because I'm actually working. I'm doing the work. And shedding light on all of that. The feeling of the song is hype. It's a dope track. It's catchy. It makes you just want to, yeah, hot, hot. You know, it comes in strong. Which I can appreciate because some of the NF stuff just has me bawling. Other stuff has me hype. This one's more one of those badass, you can't stop me. I paid my dues. The symbolism is dope. I mean, from him wearing his black to NF in white popping up in the back of the bathroom for a split second. Always that contrast and this imagery of the way that he is, in the past at least, before the new album came out, was often not so much at war with himself, but showing us the various sides of himself, the fear, the doubt, the angry parts, the parts that were rebelling and standing up and saying, you know what? No, I don't care what you guys think about me. The parts of himself that were healing and hopeful. Crazy to see that even there, 5 years ago, this was put on YouTube. There were nods to what was going to come later, him wearing white in hope and, you know, being on the raft the balloons, right? A signature item in his videos, but here him sitting bench pressing them, because to me in the past those balloons were representing parts of himself that he had to let go, parts of himself he was searching for, trying to figure out, his fears, his doubts, and here he's bench pressing him. It's a very different feeling, right? We can engage from a psychological standpoint. We can engage with various parts of ourselves in different ways. We can look at our fear and be ashamed of it. We can be afraid of of that part of ourselves. We can be proud of it. We can become boastful. And there's a time and a place for that. There's a time and a place to be humble and express certain vulnerabilities and fears. There's a time to, even in therapy, look at our fears and where they come from and what this is. There's a time and a place to assess our relationship to these things, our shame, our fear, our anger, our trauma, and to go, okay, am I in relation to what I've experienced? And then there's a time to bench press it. Bench press it. There's a time to go into, you know what? This is making me stronger. I'm going to bench press all these things that have been tied to me, that are literally floating around my sphere, and I'm going to bench press them. I'm going to become stronger. I'm going to keep working out. And there too, I think, is something therapeutic, because we can take our fears and we can hide from them. We can be ashamed of them, or we can say, no, this is part of who I am. And while I'm dealing with my fears and while I'm working on myself and healing and growing and living life, I'm becoming stronger, even with these balloons still attached. They're what I'm actually lifting. And, then there's also symbolism there, because the balloons are technically light. So what he's bench pressing isn't really heavy. What does that do with us when you suddenly realize that what you thought was heavy and weighing you down is actually lighter? Because you have to shift your perspective and pay attention to what's actually in front of you, be in the here and now, and go, actually, wait a minute, what is this thing I'm afraid of, right? Different ways to take that from a psychological standpoint. Now on the swing with those black balloons, symbolism, the black grimace smile painted on. I mean, there's all these links to the different songs and tracks. I haven't listened to NF in so long, and it almost feels a little bit like coming home, because he was one of the artists that I listened to first when I started this channel, or let me say when this channel started really taking off. So it feels a little bit like coming home. And I just respect the guy. And the way he went off just now with his cadence flow, spitting fast, bust a rhyme style up in here, but also how he goes back into the storytelling and that badass feeling. This is dope, man. It's fun.
It's time to get back in the swing of things. When my life crashes, I'm not the guy that'll flee the scene. I'll take ownership and own it and raise my hand if it's me. Just remember though, I'm only a man, I'm a human being. Don't they see? Shoot the breeze, I'd rather just stay discreet. People claim they're in your corner but leave you in times of need. They don't listen, do they? What? They don't listen to anything. I'll accept advice if it's not presented ignorantly. Look, costs are high, they multiply, they cause divides. I'm forced to fight the poison I've been sipping on. It's quite
ain't real.
Killed me twice, they rigged the lights so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't too right. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up. Like I'm right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like I do. Keep the rhyme book expedited, overnighted, hold it tight and hope that...
I'm going back. I advise you not to climb inside the mind. Amazing rhyme schemes, dope bars, but even still linking to the mansion, right? When we were listening to Mansion, it was all about his mind and that battlefield in there. I'd advise you not to climb into the mind. Homeboy's sitting on a freaking lantern post. This is awesome.
I'm forced to fight the poison I've been sipping on. It's quite the bite. It killed me twice. They rigged the lights so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up. Like I'm right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like I do. Keep the rhyme book expedited, overnighted, hold it tight.
The rhyme book is a reference to the journal, to that little... homeboy.
And hope the time is on my side, cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own demise. I told the line too close and I could improvise. I'd empathize, but recognize the fact that I could jeopardize and record lives. You better give me your attention, the undivided. My dose made it through.
He threw that CD in the toilet and the hand pushes it back out in your face. Or other places. I gotta go back, because when he started spitting like crazy, there was so much in there.
Look, costs are high, they multiply, they cause divides. I'm forced to fight the poison I've been sipping on. It's quite the bite. It killed me twice. They rigged the lights so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up. Like I'm right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like I do. Keep the rhyme book expedited, overnighted, hold it tight and hope the time is on my side. Cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own demise. I told the line too close and I could improvise. I'd empathize, but recognize the fact that I could jeopardize and record lives. You better give me your attention, the undivided. My dose made it through.
The timbre in his voice.
Spread the nose, I'm on the lows. Making moves, I need some room. Always cold, well don't assume, don't assume. Hey, my dose made it through. Spread the nose.
making moves. I need some room, bro. The wordplay, moves, room. This is dope, man. What does that say? Smiley face. What is that? Lest? What is that a reference to? Lest we forget? I paid my dues. Heck yes. Dude, this has got to go on my jiu-jitsu competition playlist. I'm going to compete next weekend, and I need to put this on my playlist because this is badass and hype. And I love the idea of it. I love the honesty here of saying I'm a human being, and I know I'm not perfect, and I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I'll say if it's me and I did something wrong, right? That duality between saying, yes, I know who I am and what I'm capable of and the mistakes that I've made. This is not some delusional, self-inflated sense of self of I can do no harm and I am perfect and flawless. But at the same time saying I'm not going to be held back by what people say about me. I'm going to put it in perspective. I'm going to keep coming back up like a pain in the butt. That CD coming back out of the water. I paid my dues. I did my share and I've done the work. Okay, so in a way, I'm seeing this as I've paid my dues. I've been through the suffering. I've been through the hustle and the pain, but also in the sense of I'm doing the work. I've not only literally as a rapper, as a musician, as a songwriter, but in the sense of doing the work, working on himself to heal and grow and be what he wants to be what he got to be. This was fire. This was super hype. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below what else I should react to. I got a couple of notes of what else I want to hear of his, but we'll see if your suggestions line up with what I'm thinking of looking at next. Comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next ride. Oh, and if you want to get yourself a little drip, hold my earrings, check out my store below. Brand new, working with Fourth Wall now. And I just love this t-shirt. Sometimes you got to take those earrings off so we can go into fight mode. All for love, though, in the good sense. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next ride. Ayo!